This is the AION, a brand new folder from Oknife that comes with 3 incredible features. First and foremost, it has a clean and elegant pivotless construction, designed by Ostap Hel. Second, the AION was created to match the arc-felt flashlight, so it has the exact same geometrical shape. And third, it features Oknife's scratch-resistant aluminum, which makes it incredibly durable. Hey everyone, welcome to Salvo EDC. Today's review is a huge deal for me, since I had the privilege to work on its Kickstarter project before the AION was even born, so I could handle some of its early prototypes, including these two with flashy titanium scales. Long story short, I was the camera guy who flew to Poland to visit the designer Ostap Hel, so I took a big chunk of the pictures and videos you see on this Kickstarter campaign, which is still up and running. As we were filming, Oknife saw my infectious enthusiasm toward the AION design, and that's why they gave me one of the first production models. So the AION you see here is the exact same version that dealershops will receive in the upcoming months. I already carried this knife across multiple countries, tossed into my camera bag, and it still looks brand new. So I can already confirm that this crash-resistant aluminum works wonders, and it not only does a great job at keeping the knife spotless, but it's also much less slippery than other aluminum coatings I've ever handled. Right now this green is the only color that's available with aluminum scales, but in the future I'm pretty sure that Oknife will release the AION to match their entire arc-felt Ultra lineup, which comes in black, this green and also in blue. The only feature I'm personally not a big fan of is the liner lock mechanism, as I'm much more of a frame lock guy, but aesthetically it was a good choice since it makes the knife look very clean and minimalistic, which is in alignment with the hidden pivot that I already mentioned. The design of this reversible pocket clip also makes a lot of sense, since it's attached to the back of the handle, which leaves the scales without any screw holes. And last but not least, I also really enjoy the way these aluminum scales meet each other. I think this clean line here on the back is very pretty, plus it makes the grip super comfy. But on top of all these fancy solutions, there is one thing about the AION that to me personally sounds way more interesting than anything I mentioned before. And that one big thing is the mind-blowing design efficiency, since this knife comes with a much longer edge-to-body ratio than anything else in its category. As an illustration, let me pull up my chart where you can see that the AION has a 3.5-inch cutting edge, which is a huge deal, given that the knife itself is only 8 1/5 of an inch long, and despite the sturdy metal construction, its weight is also very light, only about 3.3 ounces. So probably the closest thing to the AION would be a Protec Malibu, by the AION being slightly bigger. And since this knife is a brand new release, I thought its packaging might be interesting, so I also recorded that the AION arrives in a fancy box, and Oknife did a great job making it look premium. As I lift up the cover, I immediately find in there a card with the 3D model of the AION, and on the other side we have some kind words from the designer himself. Then inside the box we have the knife wrapped into a plastic cover, including a set of these body screws in case we needed some replacements. And after doing some digging below this foam insert, we find a paper sleeve that holds a microfiber cloth for cleaning and a short instruction manual about the AION's features. And ever since this knife is not yet available from dealer shops, I can't really tell you how much it will cost, but most online stores will probably sell it for around $100, which is a very good deal in my opinion. Oknife used Nitro-V as blade steel, which is an excellent choice for thin and slicey blades, like kitchen knives or elegant folders. Nitro-V is essentially a direct improvement over 14C28 or ABL, and the sleek narrow blade on the AION will definitely take advantage of these steel's unique properties. So if you're looking for a knife that's not only pretty but also cuts well, I think the AION is a great choice. And if you'd like to meet its designer Ostap Hel, you should check out my previous video, because as I already mentioned, I had the privilege to visit his workshop where I could see how he designed this very knife. And in that video you can also find a lot of cool footage about the AION's early prototypes. Thank you for sticking around all the way, and I'll see you in the next one.